Hey, what is going on, SMT Nation? It is your boy, the SMT. Today we're talking big cable as legitimate wireless competitors, and we're also going to be looking at US Cellular. I had no idea they were so busy, but it looks like there's a lot going on there with that regional carrier. Both of these topics don't typically find too much time on my channel, but I thought this was worthy of making it onto an episode. So let's go ahead and get into the news. Item number one, big cable as legitimate MVNO operators. So when it comes to wireless providers, there's two ways to do this. You could be a mobile network operator like AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. Build your own and deploy your own network and then sell the service. You could do postpaid, you could do prepaid. There's different ways of doing it, different ways to bill your customers, build your plans, sell your features and your services, and so on. Now, the other way is as an MVNO, a mobile virtual network operator. So the way that this works is you have a company that wants to resell service that is put forth by a company like T-Mobile, for example. Okay, so or it could be Verizon, like Page Plus is an MVNO of Verizon, or Xfinity and Spectrum Mobile. Those are MVNOs of Verizon. Speaking of which, T-Mobile and AT&T have likely been and probably will continue to feel some losses on their subscriber sides. And I don't want to, omit Verizon because they definitely have as well. But it is a little different for Verizon, and I'll explain why. So Xfinity and Spectrum Mobile have consecutive quarters of growth, and I'm not talking just any growth. It's been very substantial. They are experiencing a growth renaissance and adding customers over the course of the last several quarters. They offer affordable per gig plans that seem to be working for customers. They might only be like 1 or 2 gigs of data, but for customers that are frequently on Wi-Fi and don't have high data demands, that could work and help save people money. And then they do also offer unlimited plans for people. And I know that they're kind of limited in a way, right? They might have only 22 gigs of high-speed data or 20 gigs of high speed, and then it's throttled down and slowed. But it seems to be working for people, and they don't mind because they're getting customers at Xfinity and Spectrum. So although it is operated over the Verizon wireless network, obviously Verizon, it's going to affect their ARPU. So they're still technically on the Verizon network and Verizon is collecting funding, but it's not at the high profitability that they prefer. But anyways, that's why I was saying it still hurts Verizon, but not that much. It is clearly going to hurt a company like T-Mobile or AT&T a little bit more if they don't have any of that business. Anyways, it's also probably hurting US Cellular as well because these are national networks. But, US Cellular is probably watching this on the outside and trying to figure out, how do we do a better job of competing, even though it's on a smaller level, because there are locations across the nation where, the big three, Verizon, T-Mobile, and AT&T, are concerned about, companies like Xfinity and Spectrum. People are looking to save money, and in the case like US Cellular as well. But that's probably more on a regional level. In fact, Charter has added probably I think it's 550,000 customers this year alone, and US Cellular and Charter have shared market space in about 1/3 of the US Cellular regions where that service is available. So this is affecting whether it's regional carriers or national carriers. These cable companies seem to be doing something right in what they're offering customers. And then throw in the fact, let's pivot over to US Cellular. What's going on there? There's less people traveling due to the pandemic, which means there's less roaming data from companies that use them as a roaming partner. So being that there is noticeably less data traffic, the entire T-Mobile and Sprint merger has turned their usage upside down. T-Mobile is probably going to be losing US Cellular or terminating that agreement. The Sprint side is going to be terminated as well. I don't know how exactly it's going to be. I know it's being de-emphasized and it's probably going to be cut completely very soon. So obviously, US Cellular is going to have to figure something out, but it's not stopping them from continuing to improve their network and competing. And that takes me to this next piece. US Cellular is cooking up 5G. The focus right now is on 600 megahertz, low-band 5G. They've got frequencies, 600 megahertz, just like what we see with T-Mobile. They've already got it operating in Iowa and Wisconsin. That's live. Then they're going to add 11 more states: California, Maine, Maryland, New Hampshire, North Carolina, Oklahoma, Oregon, Texas, Virginia, Washington State, and West Virginia. So they're expanding. And they also are cooking up some millimeter wave. So that's in the works, and the availability for that is set for 2021 deployment. They've got 24, 28, and 39 gigahertz licenses. US Cellular was also a registered bidder at Spectrum Auction 103 for CBRS 3.5 gigahertz licenses, and they'll be building out millimeter wave, although in a very limited fashion and on a small scale, could be something that could be worth their time. So they'll be doing it as millimeter wave for mobility, and then they will be bringing an estimated 3 total markets in 2021 that will be kind of a beta testing bed for fixed home wireless. So that's an interesting development there. They're probably going to treat it as a beta test, check out and inspect adoption rates, customer demographics, who wants it and how much they can get for it. Anyways, their concern is they're trying to, close the gap. They think there's going to be a lot of movement with the iPhone 12, and it's forcing US Cellular's hand to move on 5G. They think there's going to be a lot of switching with iPhone 12 deals. They also know that a lot of mid-range and 5G devices will start to become available. They know that there are several device offers that are 5G compatible in the $300 to $800 range. So 5G device pricing is not going to be a barrier moving forward, and it looks like they want to get involved. You guys tell me what you think about this news. Your thoughts on big cable being a legit player moving forward in wireless, how it's going to affect the big three, and then tell me what you think about what's brewing up over at US Cellular. Thank you all for taking this opportunity to watch the SMT YouTube channel. If you appreciated this video and found it informative, please do rate this video, give it a thumbs up, share it to all your favorite social media platforms. If you are new, first time here, consider subscribing, activate that bell notification icon so you never miss an upload from the SMT. And do check out some of the links in the description box. There's ways to donate. We have the link to the SMT Patreon page, the Twitter handle at SneedTech, where we also do Periscope Lives. And here are some other videos that I did hand select for you all to check out if you're not ready to leave the SMT YouTube channel just yet. Anyways, again, thank you for being here to watch. I am the SMT. Have a great rest of the day, and we'll catch you all in the next video. Peace.